So Randy Sutton, as a retired police lieutenant, help me to get into the minds of the investigators as they get a report of a missing family and they show up to a home with dogs. Do they automatically show up with cadaver dogs to establish if they're looking for live people or if they're looking for bodies somewhere else?
Well, they're looking everywhere. When you're talking about the dogs showing up, they got consent, which is very important. If they had not gotten consent, they would have had to get a search warrant to have the dogs enter the premises, because otherwise,
do you show up with cadaver dogs, Randy? Like, is that a normal kind of investigation for a missing person story? When you get to the house, those dogs just say search. They don't say what kind of search.
Right. Cadaver dogs are not brought in on a run-of-the-mill investigation for a missing person. No. Clearly, law enforcement had some suspicions at the outset of this case.
If, in fact, those ended up being cadaver dogs, and we're not entirely certain, but a few experts had said it's possible that those dogs that had shown up on that property were cadaver dogs. Tracy, I absolutely love your demonstration, and please give our thanks to Chance, who's down out of the picture now below you. There he is, and he's obviously, he's had his fun with the ball, so thank you so much for that. It's just, I find it so fascinating, that particular science. Randy, I'm going to ask you to stay on as well. Before Shanann Watts lived in Colorado or in North Carolina, she was a grade school student at School 11 in Clifton, New Jersey. And her former school and the community that surrounds it said their goodbyes to Shanann Watts just a couple days ago. We're going to show that to you next. That's impossible. Real quickly, this last question from Cheryl LaRosa Cody. Ashley, do you think they are going to use her lupus against her and say some of the side effects of lupus can make you do things that you normally would never do under normal circumstances? Randy Sutton, as a retired police lieutenant, I suppose you try to investigate everything on the defense side as well, not just on the prosecutor side, but this might be ripe for investigating.
Well, this is very, very thin. I mean, a medical condition that the victim allegedly had. We wouldn't, as an investigative response, we wouldn't put much stock in that. You might look at it, but it's not. It's a very thin type of investigative response.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, maybe the defense will jump on this and they use everything they can, right? They grab everything they can. You never know.